Hey, yo, Keys, you ready?
Let's get it.
Get on your feet, Tiger fans. Let's get loud. Let's go. Let's get active. Let's go.
Yo. It's your boy, Be Easy.
It's your boy V Keys, and this is
The
You
You
Played
Played
Though
Though
podcast.
All right, Keys, man. We back for another episode 4. We got our first game in the books, and we're gonna get into how that thing turned out, man. But
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to get into it. But that's what we're here for. It is a Clemson football heavy podcast, so we're gonna get into all things Clemson after we talk about some week one things. But yeah, we definitely gonna digest that week one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I know the Tiger fans is ready to hear from us, man, and we're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give it to you live, man. We haven't even discussed kind of how we feel, so you're gonna get it straight off the dome. But some of the games that we talked about that we were looking forward to seeing, Keys, last week. Let's just talk about some of the scores. The Colorado Buffaloes played North Dakota State, and it was actually a good game on a Thursday night, man. It kind of went down to the wire.
Yeah, Shador went off, and Travis Hunter showed why he is he the best player in college football, man. Just the best overall, both ways. Receiver, 3 touchdowns, corner. I mean, he made some stupid catches, ridiculous. So, Colorado goes 1-0.
Yep, a lot of people arguing that he should be the Heisman favorite, and I agree. Another game that turned out to be one-sided, a little one-sided mollywhopping, man. The Hurricanes, they went down there to the swamp, played the Gators, man, and put one on them.
Man, shout out to our guy Mario Washington. That's his Canes, the U. So respect. Cam Ward is looking like the Heisman front runner after week one, and they put it on the Gators.
Easy. He had almost 400 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, but he looked like a grown man out there, man.
And very poised, I might add, and very transfer portaled.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We'll get into that. All right. We also took a look at the Notre Dame and the Texas A&M. Texas A&M was actually favored in this game. It didn't look like they really had control over it. It seemed like Notre Dame had this game. It was their game to lose. They won it in the fourth, but it was a pretty good one.
Kind of pulled away late in the game. Not an overwhelming game by Riley Leonard, first game transferring from Duke. So, that's a big road win nonetheless, and Notre Dame's back in the top 5.
Yep. We also had the Trojans, man. They in Vegas, in Vegas, man. They played the LSU Tigers, man, and
Yeah, that was a really good game, man. There was some athletes on that field. There was a ridiculous catch by USC receiver.
mm-hmm.
I thought both teams actually looked pretty straight, man. Both quarterbacks played well, in my opinion.
They did, man. Brian Kelly really went in on his quarterback after the game, after they took that loss. But this is what
I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah,
not like that,
Not too early in the season to put your quarterback out there like that. But LSU has lost 5 straight home openers, so hey, we gonna see.
The quarterback still looks pretty good for them though, so I'm not too concerned with LSU right as we stand now. So
Yeah.
but I tell you who I am concerned with.
Who is that?
Hey, them Seminoles, boy. Whew.
Oh man, them Florida State
boy.
DJUs. Oh
Them DJs, you need to be up out of here.
yeah. So Keys, we're gonna touch on this game, man. Boston College. They went to Florida State. They went to Tallahassee and played the 0-1 at the time Florida State Seminoles.
As a 16.5 point underdog. Night game. Only game on national TV, Labor Day.
And let the pundits tell you they had the best. Florida State had the so-called best defensive line in college football, best run defense in college football. It didn't show up in two games in a row. Didn't show up.
Atrocious.
But I think the highlight was probably the inaccuracy of DJ, man.
The pick, the start off the third quarter, they threw a pick first possession. They went for it on 4th and 5 toward midfield. Threw a pick. He just threw it, and they ran it back 50. They scored 2 plays later, and that kind of put the game out of reach from there. He missed a wide open touchdown pass. I mean, the receivers were dropping balls. He couldn't get out the blocks. Like same stuff we've seen as Clemson fans for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, the 2 years that he started. So we're all too familiar with it. Florida State has no offensive line, no defensive line, no run game, no run defense, no pass defense. Cannot go on.
They starting over. They won the ACC last year, straight trash this year. And I mean, I don't know who that tight end is. I don't know his name, but you probably gonna be in the FCS soon if you don't pick it up, man.
He could pick up some fries off the floor at Burger King, because that's where he looked like he might need to be going. Though he was dropping everything. He was just looking unathletic.
Yeah.
Route running was slow. So they're in deep trouble.
Yeah. So they dropped out of the top 25 at number 10, all the way out. Do you think with 2 losses did they have a prayer?
No. But I will shout out the BC quarterback Castellanos. He was looking pretty athletic. Made a lot of plays with his feet.
Quick, yeah.
So Boston College they might have a little something. Just like we're talking about Georgia Tech. Get them some credit too, but obviously the biggest story is Florida State's just immaculate fall off, like just so quickly that in 2 games, 2 ACC games.
Yeah. You can see the concern on DJ's face. You can see the concern on the coach's face. But
oh yeah,
hey, they got to come down. Well, actually, I think we're going to Tallahassee this year.
Yeah,
So
we go down there in October. But Florida State's next game after this bye they have is Memphis, and Memphis is no slouch.
Yep.
So the Memphis Tigers. So look like Florida State gonna have a couple L's to a pair of Tigers this season.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we gonna see. But before then, we got to get some things straight, Keys.
Let's go ahead and get into it, man. I know y'all want to hear how we think about Clemson, Georgia, and how we think how the game went. Of course, we both did pick Georgia. I'll go ahead and put that out there, but not like this.
Not like this.
Yeah, it kind of went downhill fairly quickly after the half. So let's start with that first half, though, man. How you felt about that?
The first half, and we commented on this on our YouTube, man. Just how impressed we were with the defense and the run game, us being able to stop the run, especially up the middle. Secondary was doing their thing, held them scoreless in that first quarter, right? Just held them to field goals, and sometimes that's the best that you can hope for if you give up a play, is to hold them to 3 points, give your offense another opportunity. But I feel like maybe not a whole lot of big plays were made, but we were keeping them off the field. So
yeah, the first half I was very pleased with the defensive effort. I like what I saw, and Peter Woods is a grown man up front as we expected, and a name I did mention, DeMonte Capart. He made some plays in that middle, and yeah, Georgia, they couldn't do nothing on our run game up the middle. And I'm gonna come back to that. So hence I said up the middle in that first half. And secondary, they played decent. Avion, got behind the receiver a couple times. I didn't see too much from Barrett Carter. Wade Woodaz was out of position on several plays, and Kobe McLeod came in. He was severely out of position on one play. They had a big game. But yeah, offensively, of course we really didn't get any good drive going. Brennan Store had an acrobatic catch. I thought we can get some momentum from that.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. That might have been the second half. We got down there in the red zone. Yeah, we only had one play, I think, in the first half in Georgia territory.
Yeah.
So that's pretty unacceptable.
That's one of the things we talked about, is being able to finish and get in the end zone, not being a field goal kicking team. One thing that I still got questions about our kicking game, because we didn't really get opportunity to see that. Antonio Williams, I will say, he's definitely back.
He's healthy. He looks good. And really, they was playing good defense on it. He was just making some great catches.
And Cade put the ball in. He didn't really put the ball in harm's way. He put the ball right in that sweet spot. So it's
yeah.
I can't really. You want to assess the quarterback play?
Yeah. So let's the second half. That's where things were just. So defense is on the field. for a long time because offense 3 and out. We only had 2 first downs
in the first half, only
So,
2 first downs.
The play calling was atrocious at times. We're pitching the ball to Maffa, who is a power back. He's not a CJ Spiller. He's not a speed back. Just pitch him and he can hit a hole and boom. He's not ETN. No, we hit them days is over with. We got Maffa's a power back, and if utilized correctly, you can see what he do. I.e. the Kentucky game, the bowl game, 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a big boy. Handing the ball, H back dive.
So I'm not really understanding why they didn't do that right now. I know if we've been practicing the sweep play in practice and it's been successful against our defense, then I guess I can see that a little bit. But it seemed like after the second time it wasn't working, but we just kept going to it.
No, so that was crazy to keep going to that. But going back to Cade's play. So overall, I don't think he played terribly. He was late on some reads. When you go back and look at some tape, like he had some guys open, like there's a couple plays with Brennistool. He had them open, but he waited so he could scramble more to throw it to him, and it made it a more. He still caught it, but it's a more difficult catch.
Yeah.
When you had the defender already, okay, there you go, boom, boom, boom. So then it was that one. Then it was another one with Antonio, and the one where my man made the pick. That was a great pick. It was a great pick.
It was athletic, man.
He gave Tyler Brown a chance. I'm not too mad at that. But earlier though, I'm not pleased with Cole Turner stopped the route.
Yeah.
On a deep ball that Cade threw, and not to say he was gonna catch it, but you got to give your quarterback a chance though.
Exactly, and you might be able to play the pass interference game, right? Like it's when you give up on the route, and I don't know what he was thinking, right? Like maybe he thought the Cade was going somewhere else, but if you the deep man, you gotta continue to run, man. And
and I'm gonna come back to that. To that wide receiver thing in a second. I just want to go back to, we mentioned that Georgia couldn't run up the middle on us.
Yeah.
So the name of the game is adjustments.
Halftime adjustments.
Right at the halftime, what they do? Sweep, sweep, sweep. They was running them sweeps. Gassing us. We had nobody to set the edge. People out of position.
And you know what? That really opened up their passing game. That's one thing that we weren't unable to do, was open up the passing game with our running attack.
Nope.
And once they got a couple of bombs down the field, that was it. I feel like once they got into the end zone, the momentum changed.
Yep.
The defense, and I don't know the attitude of the defense. If they feel like, hey, we've been playing all game, we've been 3 and out, our offense has not been able to get first downs or move the ball down the field. I think you kind of get deflated after you go down 13-0. Or 13-3. It's hard to come back from that.
Nah, it was 13-0 because they scored in that first drive. We didn't get the field goal until after they put another touchdown on the board. So even when it was 13-0, I'm like, all right, well, there's still a little bit of hope. Like if we can just get a drive going, and then we end up getting one going. But then we got down there and stalled. Cade missed an out route pass to Antonio in the end zone, overthrew it. Tried to do a quarterback scramble. He fall in the dirt. So going back to receiver play, we've heard all year, all season, man, we got these boys, bro. We got these freshmen.
Weapons.
We got these dudes. So I'm thinking, man, we don't have Mike Williams no more. We don't got T. Higgins. We don't got no 6'5", 6'4", throw it up. He gonna get it. Cole Turner is not. How tall is Cole Turner, bro?
Man, he might be.
He might be 5'9",
5'11",
5'10",
5'10", 5'11", something like that.
Yeah, he's a speedster, but even that play he quit his route, I mean, the safety was kind of there. So it's like, you still need a big boy out there, though. So and that's where TJ Moore, you 6'3", true freshman, like, why he not out there? Like,
yeah, and it makes me wonder about the confidence level that Dabo has, and I know you want to play your experienced players when you're playing a team like Georgia. Not Mike Williams. Antonio Williams is healthy, so I understood him being out there. Tyler Brown, I would like to see him get more opportunities. And Adam Randall, I didn't hear his name. Jake had some opportunities, dropped.
Yeah,
he dropped one
early
that we probably needed. But like you said, Keys, there's a laundry list of weapons that we have on the offense, and
allegedly,
I can't sit here and think that we're not getting separation. This offensive line, I think, made some improvements.
Yeah, they wasn't too much of a problem for me.
Yeah,
honestly. So, And I mean, let's go back to the very first play of the game. I mean, it looked like a DJ pass.
Oh
Where
yeah,
he just missed.
he
He
dirtied
missed
it.
Maffa going to the outside. I mean, that could have been a first down, and
Yeah.
that could have just
Set
changed
the
momentum of the
tone.
drive, and
Yeah.
maybe some different play calling. Maybe Georgia on their edge a little bit more. Like, okay, these boys come out throwing the ball, and
Mm-hmm.
so. Cade, that was a terrible throw, his first pass of the game. So I think that kind of just set the tone for like, all right, well,
Yeah, I think having those nerves, and I mean, I know you're playing in the ATL and it's Georgia, and you know what kind of stock Georgia has, right? They're bringing back Carson Beck. They're talking about him being a Heisman front runner. To our advantage, Trevor Etienne was not playing,
yeah, it ain't
so
matter.
that kind of further lets you know where Clemson is compared to the number one team in the country, right? We got some work
Yeah.
to do.
But I tell you what, though, that true freshman they got, Nate Fraser,
Mm-hmm.
that boy is explosive, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Georgia got them. They got them one.
Lightning quick.
And I'll go ahead and put some respect on his name because, like, the cuts he was making, yeah, first half, we like I said, we were shutting down. But then once they made some adjustments, started doing some sweeps, open the field up, our defense getting tired because the offense can't be on the field.
Yeah.
He was just cutting all through that defense, man.
Yeah, and I feel like he get antsy, man. I saw Barrett Carter, man. I saw him get kind of shook out his drawers a little bit.
Yeah, he got shook ones.
Yeah.
You know.
He may not want he want to erase that one from the tape. And Wade, I'll say Wade didn't really have his best game either.
Nah, and then go back to say we both did pick Georgia, but not like this because it's the difference between losing and how you lose.
Yeah.
Like had it been a closer loss, we would not be number 25 in the new AP poll. If we lost like we were saying 27-24, 27-13, if we put up a fight, at least scored a touchdown, 15 points, 16 points.
Yeah.
I guarantee we don't drop no 25. We'll drop. We was 14. We probably may go down 19.
Yeah.
18.
And I think the AP poll they're looking at all the teams, and you see Georgia Tech above us, but
Louisville.
it's about how you look. It's
Yep.
about how you look. If you're not able to move the ball on offense and get into the end zone, you're barely scraping by with 3 points. I mean, they're looking at it holistically, and I get that, right? So we got some work to do. We're still ranked,
Barely, but
barely, but
and then also, man. So another thing that was disheartening for us as Clemson fans, and I'm sure a lot of Clemson fans can relate. Just watching the landscape of college football this weekend, first official weekend, bro. Everybody was moving the ball, bro. Everybody.
yeah.
Everybody looked like they had something going on offense. Boston College was going up and down at Florida State on wheel, even though they trash. We kind of mentioned that, but still,
Yeah.
it's Boston College. They were not expected to have any kind of, especially nothing that we have as Clemson, as like the talent we have. So that is disheartening to see that like people are airing it out. They getting first downs, touchdown. I mean, and we can't get. We had 2 first downs and a half. Granted, number 1 team in the nation, cool. It's still unacceptable. 3 points.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also about, to me, the explosiveness of your offense, right? We got Garrett Riley. This is his second year. I mean, I've been hearing, just like everybody else, how, explosive we are going to be on offense, the weapons that we have, and we're going to dial it up. And I didn't really see that. It feels like, sometimes we don't know what we want to do, so we kind of go back into the same bag. We go back into the same bag, not being creative. And I will say this: Florida State looked terrible, but at least they were doing flea flickers.
Yeah,
they were
got creative.
And
Nance scored a touchdown at least.
Yeah,
that's more than what we could say.
If you play in Georgia, there's no reason to save plays. I mean, this is the toughest opponent you're going to play. In the past, when we were playing like your Georgia Techs and just kind of like Duke, even though we got burnt last year, you save those plays because you got tougher talent down the road. You don't want to show your whole hand, but
some days over with, man. Just like, but who can accept that? And we're gonna get all into it. Dabo cannot accept any kind of change. He's not adapting to what today's game calls for. He's still coaching like it's 2015. You do not have no transcendent players, bro. No more. We don't have a Deshaun Watson. We don't got the Trevor Lawrence. Like, we got to make do with what we have. And, yeah, we've been hearing the same things since 2021, the exact same rhetoric. Oh, the scoreboard doesn't matter. Boom. Oh, it don't. Oh, okay. What you play the game for?
Let's be honest, right? Like I've heard a lot of people talk about Dabo and his decision making and his views on the transfer portal, his views on NIL and things like that. And people ask me, well, hey, is Dabo's time done? Should he step down? Blase, blase. And my answer to that question is, only Dabo knows that. But if we continue on the current path that we're on, he doesn't have to worry about making that decision. That decision is going to be made for him.
Yeah, it should be.
Because it's always about winning, regardless of how you feel about the college landscape. And we see Nick Saban, he stepped down. Now he's on College Game Day, and he's talking about some of the things that he didn't like. It's just the landscape of college football right now. So
he need to get Dabo a call and be like, "Hey, Dabo, bro, hey, you see what I did? Either you adapt or die. That's the name of the game today.
Yeah.
And it's not all about the transfer portal. Yeah, that can go. That's hit or miss. Cool, we understand it, but at least, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's somebody in the nation who thought about going to Clemson, like as a top talent that's somewhere else. But seeing that, that door closed, bro, you can't even get no option. That'll at least help push who you got there.
Exactly.
So,
and it's just like students, right? They go to a school and they're like, hey, I wasn't able to get into Clemson. Let me go here, get my grades right, and I'll transfer in. If I'm a talent and, I want to go to Clemson, but they're not offering me a scholarship, this other school is offering me a scholarship, I get my weight up and try to transfer to Clemson. This is where I want to play. But that's neither here nor there. We can talk about what we wish and want to happen. But the truth of the matter of fact is, this is the team that we have, and they got a long season ahead. The season ain't over. We don't have no conference losses.
Yeah,
we got opportunities to get better.
I will say, in my mind, Dabo's lease is significantly shorter. Even this one game, maybe it's overreaction Monday, overreaction Tuesday, overreaction week 1, whatever you want to call it. But it's the way we lost, based on what he said and his press conferences, the stuff he's continuing to say, that to a lot of Clemson fans is we hear the same thing, and we see zero improvement.
Yeah,
we see the same product on the field Saturday after Saturday. But we hear all these different things. Oh yeah, he's evolved, and yeah, we're spreading them out. We're doing this. No, we're not.
Yeah.
So if we don't look significantly better, Saturday night, first night game in Death Valley this year, if we don't put up 45 plus, bro, it's
yeah.
It better not be no struggle, 24-10, like going to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Nah, it need to be out of hands by late third.
Yeah.
At minimum.
At half.
Yeah, really at half. I mean, App State is a good team, so I'm not. This ain't the App State of, like 2003 or something, to where we can just go in there and we can't go in there and do that to nobody. This ain't the 2015, 2016, 2018 Tigers, to where we winning by 50.
I want the team to go in there, play with confidence, play with a sense of urgency. We're number 25. If we want to even be in Charlotte for the ACC championship, we got to pick it up. But Keys, man, speaking of that, let's go ahead and talk about, we got about 5 games that probably going to be heavily watched. That first one is Texas at Michigan. Texas.
Oh yeah.
Michigan's a 7.5 dog in that one.
Yeah, and they should be. They look fairly sloppy in their opener, and it's in the big house, 12 o'clock. So I'm definitely taking Texas that game.
Yeah. I think Michigan got some work to do after the changes winning the championship. But the next one is Tennessee at NC State. Man, NC State looked kind of shaky in their last game.
That's actually in Charlotte too.
Yeah, Bank of America.
Yeah, NC State they ranked ahead of us though. As sick as they look, they ranked ahead of us. But I think Tennessee will get them.
Yeah.
I mean they could make it interesting. They have an elite player out there on the receiver side. North Carolina State does, but I think Tennessee might get this dub.
Yeah. Colorado's going down to Nebraska, man. Oh, they're actually playing in New England.
It's in Nebraska.
Oh, that's Nebraska?
Yeah.
Any.
I mean, Nebraska has a fairly exciting true freshman quarterback, so that should be a good quarterback duel. But I don't know, man. I think I might give Colorado a slight. Nebraska's favored by 7.5, but
Yeah.
Let's get the Buffs in there for the upset this weekend.
Yeah. I give it to them. Their offense is explosive. Their defense, and the secondary needs to step up a little bit, especially late in games. You know, Shiloh, we got to crank it up, man. And then you got them chickens. I'm sorry, South Carolina is playing Kentucky.
Blowout.
Kentucky has given them fits, and South Carolina is a 10-point dog.
Blowout.
They look terrible against Old Dominion. We didn't mention that.
Old Dominion was beating them late in that game, and their offense, man. I heard all these. Oh man, such and such for Carolina, the quarterback. I looked at the game and going back to what we said about offense is looking better. Shoot, Old Dominion was spreading that thing out more than we was. So I'm like, shoot, and they about beat a SEC team.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kentucky. I got Kentucky by 3 touchdowns. It's not gonna be close.
All right. So let's go ahead and give a score prediction for that App State. The first game in Death Valley, man.
Yeah,
We favored by 17.5.
Favored by 17.5. First night game. The lights are on. You know the guys are anxious to get the bad taste of week 1 out their mouth. So I say if the play calls is play calling and we getting a good little rhythm early, I'm gonna go Tigers. Obviously, I'm gonna go Tigers. I'm gonna go 51. I'm gonna go 51-10.
Okay.
Is that a little aggressive? Because I feel like our defense is.
I like that, kids.
Our defense will be all right. So if we might play the third team later on, and they might can tack on some late scores, make it 17 or something. But
Yeah.
I fully expect that to be some points on the board, like major points. So if it's not 51, it better be at least 38.
Yeah. I like it, kids, man. I like the way you said that. If the play calling is play calling, right?
Yeah. So what you got though? What you thinking?
I'm thinking similar to you. I'm gonna give App State a little bit more. Well, you know what? No, I'm gonna say App State 13, and I'm gonna say Clemson 56.
Okay, 56-13, and I had 51-10. All right, Tigers, y'all hear us, man. Hey, Dabo, Garrett, y'all hear it, man. Cade, you need to look confident, man, because one thing about Cade in week 1, looking on that sideline at times, he didn't have that fire in his eyes, bro.
Yeah.
So you QB1, they need to see you.
The body language.
Yeah, they need to see you have command, bro, and he didn't have that.
The body language. I know when you're playing and you're in the heat of the moment, things aren't going your way. You get a little down, but you got to have that confidence because your teammates feed off of that. And, they're going to pan to you in the camera. I saw DJ looking sad, and,
Man, that's a regular for him.
Man, it just brings down the mood.
The morale of the whole team, man, if he's supposed to be the leader.
I want to see some animation on that defense, too. I need people getting in people's faces.
Do you want to see a pick six? You think we can get a defensive touchdown Saturday?
I think we can,
Okay.
especially in Death Valley. It's going to be pumping in there.
Yeah.
And trust us, Uplayedtho will be out there in Death Valley soon.
Yeah.
So look out for us. But
yeah, man, y'all know where to find us. YouTube, Instagram, all social media. Uplayedtho.
Yep.
Check us out.
Yep, check us out on Instagram as well. The link in the bio will get you to all of our links. Check us out on ESPN Radio Charlotte. And till the next time, man.
Yes, sir.
We out.
Go Tigers.